Guys, today we're going to talk about polar nodes. This is one of my favorite node um, projects out there right now. It's doing really well. The coin behind it's been very stable. Um, that's not saying that it can't drop or skyrocket or whatever, but so far it's been hovering between like 210 to 260 or so, and it's been kind of in there for quite a while now. So with that, let's talk about polar nodes. Polar nodes are not actual hardware nodes that you're investing into, similar to like yield nodes or the actual nodes from Comb, the Hive invest or the Hive nodes that they have. Those ones actually give you endpoints and you can actually use them. These nodes are more like investment blocks, like there's 5 levels of investment blocks, and what they do is they take those investments and they have different staking, they have different investments behind them. They actually do have some validator nodes, so it's you're kind of investing into a wide range of things on the back end. Now polar nodes is different because it's run by some people started this, but it's what they call a DAO reward system, which is a decentralized autonomous I think it's node organization. Yeah, that's what it is. So everything is community driven. All the funds that people are that everything gets into, the wallets that control everything, they are very secure because they require authorization of I think 4 out of 5 people that are authorized to do that, and they're spread across creators, influencers. There's like 5 people, and they're all from different areas, so they're not all one group of people trying to take money out of this or something like that. So and some of those people are voted in to actually control that. So it's actually a very they actually say they have their own constitution, and they vote on senators and stuff to run things. I haven't gotten that deep into it. I'm mainly in this for the investment and what I can leverage from the system. It just generates yield, and the token behind it is Polar, and that's the token behind it. So this is kind of how you get started. You basically buy Polar. You can get it on Trader Joe, and I'll show that in a second. Once you have the Polar, you can get your first node going, and the lowest one is I think that's even lower. I'll have to look. 55 Polar. I think there's one for a little bit less. I think it's 25. And then once you have that Polar in your wallet, you can go and create your node, and then every 4 hours it generates rewards, and you can remove those anytime after 4 hours. So it's not like Comb with the Hive nodes, where you're heavily taxed and you have to wait weeks before you can get to the lowest tax level. These things, they just spit out rewards every 4 hours, and you can claim them at any time. That's kind of it on the home page. Let's have a look at the app. Behind the scenes, it talks about the current price of Polar right now is 244. It's gone up, it's gone down, it's gone up today a little bit. And I'll show the chart and show you how kind of, I don't want to say stable because it's not a stable coin obviously, but it's pretty consistent. Again, I can't guarantee it's not going to just plummet, or that's the kind of some people's luck. It's happened to me where I buy something that looks very promising, it's been has a good chart and everything else, and then it just drops. So it happens to, I think it's happened to all of us. So with that, it shows us the total supply and how many nodes they have going out there. shows your own stats. I've got 3 level 4 nodes in this. It shows me how many puller I get per day, and then my pending. And that includes your tax that's already, it already shows your tax already out. So yeah, with that, let's look at this. So they have 5 different node types. And like I said, there is one that's a little cheaper than the 55. It's for 30 puller, and that gives you 0.075 puller per 4 hours, which isn't a lot, but I mean, I guess over time it would build up quite a bit. Yeah, it has just all the tokenomics. This distribution shows where your money's going. When you buy a node, this goes into the pool. There's one that goes into the treasury fund, a liquidity pool, and then the puller team, which is actually the community, because it's not run by a central team. So with that, you can pick your node that you want to purchase. You can go in either way, anywhere from the Fuji, which is 30 puller, all the way up to the Everest, which is 1,000 puller. So that's like 2,400 USD right now with the price of puller. And then once you get one, you can just hit create. But first you have to have the puller in your wallet, and I'll show you where to get that. But once you have that puller, you just hit create on the node that you want. It allows for confirmations. You just hit OK, you pay the gas fee, and then make sure you keep some AVAX in your wallet for gas fees. And then once that's done, it'll just automatically create the node. It will show you your nodes down here, and then after 4 hours or so, you'll start seeing pending rewards like piling up in here. That's kind of it. And then once you built up enough that you want to claim, depending on whatever strategy you want to do, you can click claim rewards, and it will put puller into your wallet after you've claimed those. And then to get this, I've already got a tab open, but we'll hit it anyway. Let's get the Trader Joe's site. Actually, I've already got a tab open with it. So you can go to Trader Joe. It'll give you a warning saying, this is it's not a listed token, blah, blah, blah. Do you accept the risk? And you just hit OK. And then you could swap from AVAX or whatever else you have on the Avalanche network into puller. And after you do that swap, you swap for however much you need on your for whatever node you're purchasing. Might be that one or the Mont Blanc, whatever one you're going to be purchasing. I'll show you numbers on all these here in a second. Once you have that puller, you've swapped, you come back, you purchase the node, you create the node. You can use your pending rewards towards it as well. Migrate your old nodes. I think that's from an old system. I was not in this that early. I've been in it like 3 weeks now. Level up nodes, if you've got some that are, if you've got, let's say you've got a couple of these and you want to move up to the next one, you can, if you've got up to the amount of nodes, you can swap up for a one higher, but it always depends on if there's an opening for it or not. So just be aware of that. So that's just the levels of nodes. That's how you get them. FAQs, go ahead and go through this FAQ section. It's listed on the top of their site under docs. There's also the manifesto, they talk a lot about being decentralized and how that, being an autonomous organization. There's a lot of information there. It's been open since the 11th of January. It just goes through all the various questions you might have. But yeah, there's just a lot of documentation around this, and it's very open. Let's look at the price. This, you can see the price. It's been kind of right down the middle here for quite some time. That's not to say it can't just drop or anything. So, and that's always the risk on nodes. The price behind them can drop. So that's the price. And let's look at the calculator. This is one that I spun up today, and this shows the different levels or nodes that you can get, starting with the 30 puller up to the 1,000. It shows how much per hour you'll get of puller, or how much per 4 hours you'll get, and how much per day. And then the net puller per day after your taxes come out per node. And then this shows you days to ROI. This assumes that this is based off of the puller number. So this would assume that the price stayed the same. It's hard to say what your ROI would be for sure, because it would depend on the price of the token, if it goes up or down or whatever. If it goes up really high, then your days to ROI are obviously much shorter. If it goes down, it's much longer. It really depends on that. So I created this little sheet. Leave me a note in the comments if you guys want to have this. I can link you guys to it, because it'll give you an idea of this is your daily puller, and then this is I don't know why I have this duplicated, but that's okay. And then this is your daily in USD, based on the price here. If we look at the price now, it's 243, so I can adjust this. It'll reflect those numbers. So this is what you would expect every day out of a node in US dollars. And then with that, what you'd expect 90 days profit, that assumes it's the actual profit. So it removes the days to ROI from that and shows you what you would get out of 90 days of just pure profit. It doesn't, it removes what you put into it. So 180-day view and a 365. And of course, these all assume the price stays where it is. So with this, what you can do is, like, for instance, I've got 3 of these, so I can change that to 3. And I can see that daily I'll get 22 puller, and I'll get about $54 USD a day out of it with those 3. And then it'll show me my 90-day profit, just to almost 2,000. My 180-day profit, which is almost 7, and then my 365 profit, which is 16.9. And then, the Everest, that's like the big one. Obviously, you can see how much more you make. If I would have instead just purchased one of these instead of 3 of these, this is more expensive to buy, but my rewards are less. But that's because I just bought one just to kind of see how it's going. And as investments changed, I kept buying more. I didn't know if I'd ever get up to the level of being able to purchase an Everest, so I just jumped in on these guys. I'll probably buy some of these Mont Blancs, and if there's ever an opening, I could swap up 2 of these and 4 of these to get an Everest. Because if I swapped out 3 of these to get an Everest on the next opening, I'd lose like 200 puller doing that, because it's a little more. Yeah, so that's the numbers behind this. I mean, yeah, there's always, you can go in there and play with this and see what they would return, but this shows you kind of what you could expect. And like I said, it really depends on this price, and also the taxes. They can change the taxes behind those anytime. The taxes are built into this as well, so just be aware of that. There's 19% tax on those. So yeah, that's kind of puller nose. It's been very consistent. I love the DApp. It's just, you know, this one page. It's super simple. You know, you basically just buy a node and let it sit and come in, you know, whenever you want to, and claim rewards out of it. Anyway, guys, that is puller nodes. I'm providing this not as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for your information. Yeah, use this information how you will. I'm not in charge of your finances, your investments. I'm just providing this as information you can make decisions off of. Anyway, like the video if you like it, hit subscribe if you want to hit subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.